Hello, and welcome to One Spark Stories, the podcast where innovators, creators, and some unsuspecting risk takers share about navigating highs and lows, laughter and tears, and how sometimes all it takes is one spark of inspiration to find your way to happiness. This podcast will leave you inspired to take action on your own purpose as we connect, create, and celebrate unique sparks around the globe, once again proving that it is a small world after all. You're in for a real treat today because not only is this a fantastic conversation with Claudine Pohl, the founder and president of Lemoneight Consulting, we also have some breaking news. Lemoneight is focused on creating emotional connections, building confidence, and inspiring change in the customer experience. And they have some epic connections around the world in the global cruise industry. And the most fascinating part is that Claudine started her business at the start of 2020. And so she's taken some major lemons in the travel and tourism industry over the last 2 years and turned them into epic Lemoneight. And you will get to hear about the story behind that name. So without further ado, let's get to the excitement, share the momentum of Lemoneight and One Spark Solutions, innovating, creating, and engaging people around the globe. Let's welcome Claudine Pohl.
Hello, and welcome to Claudine. How are you?
Good. How are you, Katie?
I'm fantastic. I could not be more excited to have you on One Spark Stories because we have some epic news, and not to steal the word right out of your mouth, but there is some big celebration happening and the energy is high. So we thought, hey, let's bring it to the podcast. So Claudine, tell us who you are, what you've got going on, and why we are so jazzed today.
Listen, I am excited. I'm Claudine with Lemoneight Consulting, and I'm excited because we have partnered up with the amazing, the epic Katie, and with One Spark Solutions. Yay! You have
Lemoneight and One Spark.
What?
Lemoneight and One Spark, making changes.
Lemoneight Spark. I love it. Listen, you've been helping us out with some of the training modules for Belize already. It has been going so well, and it is an honor to have you really help out and to grow out Lemoneight more, Katie. I could not be happier to have someone like you, by my side and to grow this even more. What you bring to the table is just outstanding. Tell everybody what your official role in all of this will be.
Drum roll, right? Oh, way better. So I am going to be partnering, as we said, with Lemoneight as the program innovation and creation partner. So we are taking that training and the understanding of the employee experience and just amplifying it. We are bringing it to the next level of really fun. That's what it comes down to, because we noticed there is that disconnect between what needs to be learned, what needs to be taught, what destinations are recognizing a need for. And it can be done in a way that gets that commitment back in the passion. I think the last few years have been rough, especially in travel and tourism. And so through our conversations, we've realized that my background in both education and in travel and tourism just meshed really well. And we were at the parallel in our professional business growth that the sparks were flying. I think that the sparks just started flying. So could not be more grateful to have this opportunity to really take the work around the world.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be epic. I think what drew me to you is really your personality, your passion, and you have a way of looking at opportunities that other people may close a door at, and you're like, but wait, let's explore this a little bit more. Could there be something? And that's something that you bring to the table that not everybody has. When people get scared and walk away, you keep walking towards it. And that is such an asset to have. And I'm honored to, have you as a partner in all of this. You have tons of experience, though. You told me you're like a professor. Tell me a little, like, that just creeped me out. I was like, what? Wait a minute. Am I going to be scared? And then, like, you got tons of experience.
Well, and it's funny because a lot of the times when I'll tell what I do and, you'll remind me like, wait, I think you're doing that professor thing. I forget. I'm like, oh yeah, I am. Geez, I am a creature of passion and purpose. And when something feels right, when I am drawn into that, when that curiosity peaks, I can't say no. Now, don't get me wrong. I can say no if it's not aligned with that purpose, if it's not aligned with that bigger draw to really enhance that human experience. And so I have had a long career in education, anywhere from teaching kindergarten to teaching higher ed. I have designed curriculum programs for large public schools. I have also worked in retail. I've been a travel advisor for 10 years now. Let's see, what else? I sold HVAC facilities. You need a heating and air conditioning unit for your business. I've got some people. I really had a nonlinear career, but the whole time it cycled back to my early career as a cast member at Walt Disney World. And that experience was where I was deeply intentionally trained in their bigger purpose and going into the guest services mindset, knowing what the role was, that at the end of the day, whether I was frontline or somebody working in the back office, we had the same purpose at our job. And every position I held after that, I struggled because I kept noticing this disconnect between people. People would show up and do that daily task, but they were not on purpose. They weren't aligned with that bigger goal. And so through the years, I realized it's not that I'm a terrible employee. It's that I see what the opportunities are and didn't understand why organizations weren't moving that way. So What do? I make my own business. I say, fine, I'm going to take it into my hands. Started One Spark Solutions and now help organizations reignite that spark and that passion in their people to get them aligned, get them recommitted, re-engaged, because at the end of the day, that employee experience directly correlates to your customer experience. So exactly. The synergy was there between your mission and mine. And again, the excitement is every day I wake up and I'm like, this is really cool to make. Just, I don't want to sound cliche, like making my dreams come true, but getting to go out and do this type of work and see the impact it has. It's really powerful. I mean, you start, how many years ago did you start your business?
So 2 years. So we just celebrated our second year. So definitely. And I love that. I think you hit it spot on. The alignment in what we do. We're driven by impact, being able to really connect with people and create that, that experience for them to really want to, have a purpose on the why they're doing what they're doing. I love it. I think it's great. And Katie, I thank you for, again, being on One Spark Stories. Like, I'm one of the cool people.
Yeah, you are.
Let's share how we met, though. We met on the Perch community. Woo woo.
If this doesn't speak to that first pillar of One Spark and that connect, create, celebrate mindset, the connection, people taking a chance, taking an opportunity, it can be life-changing. And so Claudine and I met on a cruise with a bunch of random folks at sea, right?
That's where we met for sure. On the Perch community cruise. The Perch community, yeah.
We all came together from Dan Cockrell, who has been on the podcast as well, from his online community, which you are helping run as community. What would your title be? Community
manager. We went with the easiest thing. I help organize things to make them run and are there for the peeps, the people. Yeah.
Well, and it's a testament to your your love of making sure people have that epic experience, because you could have been a community manager for an online group and just kept popping in, those generic quotes every day and random questions, the whole post and ghost mentality. But not only do you show up, you also help bring experiences like this cruise to life. And I know there were so many other players involved in that cruise experience, but what did you see as the value when it was thrown out on the table? Like, hey, let's do kind of this community engagement, get to know each other better, do some training on a cruise ship. How did you feel when that was first thrown out there?
Well, it was really cool. First of all, like super epic to be able to work and learn from Dan, because Dan Cockrell, like, great experience, worked at Disney, but when it comes down to learning from him, he's just a good human. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So what I really, really, the whole being able to go on the cruise ship and have some training, that was epic. That's just down my aisle of things that I enjoy. But what I took away from this is you can never look at someone and think they're way up here. I'll never be able to reach that. Because for me, Dan, I was like, whoa, he's just going to be amazing, which he is. But when you get to know him, he is a human. He's a good person. He's down to earth. He'll get down and talk to anybody, right? So
literally,
again,
he was on the ground with kids, like crawling around.
Yeah, he was on the ground with kids. Again, it makes me think, you want to be authentic. You want to be real, which is very important to me. And to see someone model this is just, it sets the stage, right? And I love that as well. Meeting everybody, meeting you, and just really like having those moments, raw moments. Having your own business is not the easiest thing, and you and I had some really good conversations on board about that. Yeah. Getting to know people not only from online and then flipping it over to, you're actually meeting them face to face. It just sets another expectation, and it sets that, hey, I know you. We're connected now. Going back to your connect, right?
Yeah. I'm curious because you started your business 2 years ago, and I want you to share a little bit more about what it is that you do, because to me, you leaned into your business model at the time the world was literally shutting down. And you have, I think, leveraged connections and that innovation and creativity, that passion in a way that in 2 years could have crippled, it did cripple some businesses, and yet yours came to life. So tell us a little bit more about Lemoneight and why it is such a, really been a wild ride for you, but a testament to passion drives the really the success of your business.
Thanks, Katie. Yeah, definitely. So Lemoneight, the name, I'll start there. The name comes from when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. That's the saying. We were trying to look for a business name and came to this point because in February of 2020, I no longer had a job. I'd been involved in the cruise industry. I had been involved in training, and I no longer had a job. Now in March, there was something called Sea Trade Cruise Global. So in March of 2020, I had planned to go to this big conference, Sea Trade Cruise Global, to find a job, just to connect with someone and get a job. What happened? The pandemic hit. Everything was shut down. The cruise industry was flat out. I didn't know what to do. And I didn't want just a job. I knew that I had the connections. I knew that I loved training, loved it with a passion. I loved creating impact. I loved the cruise industry. And I wanted to stay in. So I had some friends who were in the cruise industry. I had some government people. They said, Claudine, start your own company. And I thought, could I do this? Could I? Wasn't sure. And it was a big risk, but I started my own company. And Lemoneight, when life gives you lemons. 8's my favorite number. And our daughter Claire's like, call it Lemoneight. And I thought, you know what? I love it. Let's do it. So even now, she's like, I named the company. I'm like, yeah, you did.
Yes, she did. And we're going to make sure you get credit all the time, Claire.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
Exactly. So that's where that came from. Now, leveraging my contacts. I knew that, you know what? The cruise industry is low right now. There's not a lot of people. A lot of people lost their jobs. Tons of my friends did. And I said, okay, who is watching? Whose eyes can I capture? And that's where I took on to online and started going hardcore on LinkedIn. I knew LinkedIn, everybody was home at that time and everybody was online. And the LinkedIn became our little hub for everybody to go to during the pandemic in our cruise industry. So I started to focus on that. And I said, okay, what am I going to focus on? There's customer service, but there's an area that nobody's touching, which was leadership. So everything we do has the foundation of leadership, which was missing in a lot of the destinations I had worked with. So that's how I came into the world, as in, hey, Lemoneight, I'm here. And we started to get people noticing. But here, I'll share what we did strategically and out of goodwill. We did a lot of pro bono sessions, worked with a lot of the people who are our clients now, put in a lot of time to gain, hey, you know what? Lemoneight, they know what they're doing. They're doing this. Hey, can we work with you? We did a lot of that. We got paid for some, but a lot we did on our out of goodwill in order to establish ourselves. But now, 2 years in, we have 3-year contracts with one government. We have contracts, year-to-year contracts with others. We changed the way the model and business is being done. And, really use those relationships. And really, for the relationships, you have your word and you say you're going to do something, do it. That's it. Yeah. We're extremely transparent. We will not sell anything we don't really believe in. And there has to be an impact in everything that we do. Those are really the 3 things that we bring to the table, right? How can we make your destination or your port experience better? Yeah. And now the whole social aspect. Seatrade, we became the social engagement partner for Seatrade. And we have a huge announcement with another big organization very shortly, which is very epic. Everything continues to grow. And I'm excited that you're going to be part of all this, Katie. Thank you.
Oh, it's thrilling. I'm beyond excited to be part of it because travel, tourism, it's been such a part of my life that I truly think I was being blind to it for too long. So I'm excited to watch this grow. When you talk about that LinkedIn or social engagement, it's not that you were engaging in people's inboxes. It's that you were out there being visible, talking your passion, talking your purpose, and really drawing people into you, because I want to celebrate you quickly, because I think you and I could probably talk for ages. This might be a 4-part series, but just to summarize all of it, when I first joined the Perch community, Dan Cockrell and I were talking, and he said, you are going to love Claudine. He said, honestly, I was thinking of just shutting down the community because I didn't know really what to do with it. I loved the people, but couldn't go any further with it. And Claudine came in and just lit this fire and excitement in not only the group, but in myself. And that was what Dan said. And so I want to celebrate you, Claudine, because you are doing amazing things for destinations and all these businesses you're partnering with, but also for the people that you're surrounded by. So thank you for bringing me along and helping me find my spark as much as I help you with yours. So major kudos. Any final words before we wrap up for today?
Again, thank you, Katie. This is epic. And just to let all the people listening, we're heading to Belize, and you're coming. The official first training that you're coming on board to help out with. So we're going to be in Belize June 12th we arrive, correct?
Yes, we do. That's the day it all just hits the ground running. It's going to be exciting.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me on your podcast. What an honor.
Hey, thank you. Can't wait to do it again. We'll see you real soon.
Thank you. Woo!
I don't think I could emphasize enough how much Claudine and I could have kept talking, not just about Lemoneight and all the work that they have going on, but just the value of connecting, creating, and celebrating. And as you will hear over and over again, as you connect with Claudine, she is an authentic relationship builder. She defines what it means to connect with others. So please make sure to check her out. She is a blast on the TikToks, and really you could probably find her across all social media. That is her way of connecting with people, and please drop her a message. She's a blast. So thank you to her, and as much as we would have loved to keep talking, testament to who she is, she had to run out the door to support the work of some students just looking to learn. So thank you, Claudine, for being amazing, giving your heart into all that you do, and for the exciting collaboration with One Spark Solutions. So thank you so much for tuning in, and as always, be well, stay curious, and we'll see you real soon.
Did you know 1 in 3 men picks his nose while driving? Tasty.
Oh my gosh. Later, Tater.